So come on in, take a sip, let's wind down. We've got a Guardian grid to get into today, and I re-poured what was left of the Black Forest Grauburgunder. It is such a wonderful German white, and it has all those hallmarks, right? It's just so fruity on the nose, like the green apples, golden apples, but mostly citrus. Just fabulous, right? It's so welcoming. And if you get your hands on one of these bottles, it's on the pricey side for Europe, but it is just so clean. The acid is perfect. It just finishes so nicely. And much like yesterday when we were having a Sylvaner, this would just be wonderful with like a cheese plate, you know, maybe a pasta salad if you go for that. Or something spicy perhaps, right? You know, but this would be a wonderful brunch thing, like a chicken salad or something along those lines, and maybe on iceberg lettuce versus toast. Just so clean and crisp, and just a wonderful way to greet my evening. And it is 5:30 in Germany, so in the UK it is 4:30. And right now in Texas, where I can find my shots, it's 7 hours. So I guess we're right at 10:30 in the morning. So hello to everyone around the world. Let's hop into our grid. Let's see what we've got here today. So looks like we've got the Guardian Quick Crossword number 17-84. And I'm going to very carefully put my mouse in here to start. And kind of very carefully get away from there too. Okay, so a stray anagram has been restored to 23 across. Okay, I don't know what that special instruction means, but I figure if it's relevant to what we're doing, then by all means, let's just jump into that. So one wants what's on offer. Equivalent to at 10 letters. Without feeling could be numb. And this is making me think this is probably tantamount. Let me see what we got here. Intense feeling. Is this a D? Oh, quickly could be I guess like mad. And the reason I'm saying that is because I want some of this to work. If that's tantamount, like I think it is, I'm going to go with a taker here. And yeah, my brain works weird. I'm solving 4 or 5 different sections at once, just trying to make sure they all line up, and then I'll ease into just doing. But I don't want to ever get off on the wrong foot with a grid. When I'm sitting down to solve a grid, I don't want to start off with something and then it may be right, but then something else doesn't line up. I kind of want a clean, fresh start. And then I'll start getting a bit of a gambler's heart at that point. So equivalent to, I guess it'd be tantamount. Tantamount. I got to remember that. You would think I'd remember that after all this time, but sometimes I forget. So maybe ardor, and I got to remember it's the British spelling. Blissful feeling, maybe euphoria. So far a clever grid, but kind of built for me, so I'm kind of liking it. It's developed from something else. So we have an F here. French wife, ma femme. And Arabic or Roman numeral. So I guess maybe an offshoot. Okay. So, offshoot. Stemmed drinking vessel. Wonder what that could be. I wonder. Precise quality. E blank A blank T, maybe an exactitude. Run and catch. Wow, okay. Having reached adulthood, 2 and 3. Oh, I'm so glad I looked at those numbers. I was about to put in there grown, but I guess this must be of age. So run and catch. Wow. Gotta come back to that one. I'm not sure. Green or cut? French soldier's headgear, and I guess we're talking about a kepi. Green or cut? Show a film. 6 letters, maybe to screen. I'm thinking about starting to do something along those lines. I think there's so many different good shows out there, and being crossword people, we tend to pay attention to the minutia, like who directed it, who's starring in it, is it somebody new, and then like trying to commit their name to memory and their role in case they pop up in the grid. But really, there's something about filmdom and the life of a cruciverbalist that it all just fits with what we do, right? You know, so that's, I was thinking maybe doing like wind down quickies or wind down screeners and just talking about stuff that I'm currently watching and maybe provide a forum, maybe just in a YouTube short. So just something short and not long, but just an opportunity to talk about what's on our viewing schedule. Like right now, I'm desperately trying to find the kid, the schoolboy agent, right? You know, from that was in the Quick last week. I really want to watch this show, especially after Musty MC. I mean, he watched it when he was a kid, and now I'm thinking I got to see this. So I'm looking, right? But you know, but what have you? But there's a lot of good stuff. So I think maybe do maybe it'd be the wind down screeners or something. Maybe 1 or 2 a week where we just put a quick short and throw it up there and be one of those portrait format things. But yeah, why not, you know? So a green or cut, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm really struggling with this. I think maybe an emerald or something. But at first I was really trying to think what could a green be that's named for like something that is about cutting, right? You know? So run and catch. I mean, I'm going to go with a bolt, you know, like on the door. Rig agendas, anagram to make something seem more important. And I can tell you right now, my mind's going straight to aggrandize. But it's also a favorite word of mine, so it would. Something calamitous. 8. I'm just going to go with a disaster. Yeah, I think I've determined that Tuesdays and Wednesdays are the hardest Guardian days. And then for some reason, I generally have a pretty easy-ish time on Thursdays. It seems like Thursdays and Fridays maybe. But I don't know. I mean, I'm certainly not counting. Not after yesterday. I thought for sure I had a W. And well, I got a yank slap out of that big time. So, babe versus baby. Tender-hearted individual. 6. I don't know. That I there tells me it's probably an IE. We'll go with softy maybe. See if it lines up with the other stuff. I mean, I don't feel comfortable, but I don't feel uncomfortable with it. So, activity designed to garner information or compliments. And that's just brilliant. Oh my. Well, I don't have much wine left. And I don't want to just get up and rudely walk away for 30 seconds to pour some more. So I'll stick with it while we're finishing this solve. But my compliments to the setters. This is a wonderful grid today. Victorian novelist and a modernist poet. One allows people to have their say. Oh, is this maybe a plebiscite? Go up in smoke, could be to burn. Yeah, I think it is. What do we got here? Is this a particular example? I guess this could be an instance. Oh, now I'm starting to get hopeful of my W. Yeah, so now I got to remember how to spell plebiscite. It's one of those things that I might say, especially around November, but it's not something I often find myself spelling. In fact, I don't even find myself spelling when I'm texting anymore. I'm almost always just dictating everything to S-I-R-I. She is not paying attention right now, and we want it to stay that way. So, and I think we're talking about Eliot, Thomas Stearns Eliot, and honestly, I think it can throw you off when you think Victorian, right? That's a hook there. Okay, let's see what we got. Now okay, wine in hand, bated breath, all that. What have we got here? So let's check all. We don't want to reveal all. Oh, I put in a Z. I remembered to spell ardor with a U, but I forgot to spell aggrandize with an S. Oh, God, YANKSLAP again. But as always, I learned something from it. Okay. Yes, I did. I learned something from it. That's good. All right, then. So let's do a check. I'll make sure that that's still correct. Yeah, it looks like we're right on that one. Okay. Well, let's just bring down our Benny I do and call this good. Regardless of my misgivings and failures on a personal level, it was still a very cleverly constructed grid, and so my compliments to the setter. And I started a show on the plane back to London Heathrow a couple of days ago, and I was so tired I was just falling asleep, and so I was about to do the recumbent feature on my seat, and I was watching the show, and I thought, oh, and it was about it's like a detective who's also a cruciverbalist, he's a constructor, a setter of crosswords, and apparently he is the twin brother of somebody that went missing, and I don't know anything about this show, and I don't even know the first place to even try to find the name of it to see if I got to go to my BritBox to watch it, but it seems like my kind of show, but I was so tired that I could not stay up for it, and that just was awful. But at the end of the day, yeah, I did like that. And so again, as always, my compliments to the setter, and until we see you next time, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönes Abend noch. Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, servus, grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin, and toodle pip all around. Be good to your friends and neighbors, and be nice to your fellow behind you in the queue. Be well out there.